Hey everyone, I'm Alex, a master black belt trainer. Today, we are going to talk about a tool I absolutely love, the pick chart. Think of it as your secret weapon for cutting through all that noise and helping your team figure out what really matters.
Does this feel familiar? You've got a dozen great ideas, 100 different tasks, but you've only got so much time and so many resources. It's so common for teams to get stuck in this, decision paralysis, just struggling to figure out where on earth to even start. So, in this explainer, we're going to tackle that prioritization problem head on. Then I'll introduce you to the pick chart as the solution, we'll master its 4 quadrants, I'll show you exactly how to build one, and finally, we'll look at the huge impact it can have. Let's dive in.
Right. So, why do even the smartest, most dedicated teams get completely stuck? It's a universal challenge, really. It's not about your team failing or not having good ideas. It's usually about not having a system to sort through them all.
See, when you've got priorities pulling you in every direction, not enough people or budget to go around, and decisions are just being made on gut feelings, well, the result is pretty predictable. You end up spinning your wheels, projects grind to a halt, and your team gets really frustrated. We need a better way.
And that better way, you guessed it, is the pick chart. Now this isn't some new trendy thing. It's a proven, lean Six Sigma power tool. It actually came from industry giants at Lockheed Martin who needed a way to streamline their own improvement projects.
So, what is it exactly? Well, to put it simply, the pick chart is a visual tool. It helps you map out your ideas based on 2 really critical things: their potential impact, or what we call payoff, and how difficult they are to actually get done. It's a simple but super powerful way to figure out your return on effort. At its heart, it's just a simple 2x2 grid. And the name PICK is actually an acronym for the 4 boxes or quadrants it creates: possible, implement, challenge, and kill. This whole structure is designed to give you instant clarity.
Okay, now let's get into the good stuff and really master these 4 quadrants. Understanding where each of your ideas should live is the absolute key to unlocking the power of this chart. First up, my favorite quadrant, implement. These are your high-impact, low-difficulty tasks. We're talking quick wins, the low-hanging fruit. These are the things you should do right now, immediately. They give you huge value for minimal effort, and that builds incredible momentum and energy for your team.
Next, we have the challenge quadrant. These are also high impact, but they're tough to pull off. Think of these as your big, strategic, long-term projects. They're going to need serious planning, a lot of resources, but they promise truly transformational results. These are your game changers.
Then there's the possible quadrant. These tasks are low impact, but they're also easy to do. They give you some benefits, but nothing huge. I like to think of them as fill-in activities, things you can work on when there's a bit of downtime, but you have to be careful they don't distract you from the bigger stuff.
And finally, we have the kill quadrant. This is where you make the tough but absolutely necessary decisions. These ideas are low impact and high difficulty. They are just resource drains, sucking up time and energy for almost no value. To stop wasting effort, you've got to be decisive and just get them off your plate for good.
Okay, so we get the theory, right? But how do you actually build one of these things? Well, it's a pretty simple blueprint for turning all those floating ideas into a real plan of action.
So here are the steps. First, just brainstorm and list out all your ideas, and define what impact and difficulty actually mean for your team. Then score each idea and plot it on the grid. Now, this next part is critical. Get the whole team to discuss it and validate the placements. This builds buy-in. From there, you can prioritize and plan. And please remember, this isn't a one-and-done thing. You've got to review and update it regularly.
And here's a pro tip, a really crucial one. Try to use data to back up your assessments. When you use objective criteria instead of just relying on gut feelings to rate impact and difficulty, you cut down on bias and you make your chart a much more credible and powerful tool for making decisions.
So, why does this simple little chart have such a big impact? Let's talk about the real-world value it delivers, why it actually works. The benefits are, honestly, immediate and they're powerful. Right off the bat, you get instant visual clarity. It forces you to use your limited resources on the things that actually matter. And it's a fantastic tool for getting everyone on the same page, cutting out the fluff, and just making better, faster decisions as a team.
And don't for a second think this is just for manufacturing. The pick chart is incredibly versatile. I've seen teams in healthcare use it to improve patient care. Software teams use it to prioritize new features. It's used everywhere. Marketing, education, any place a team needs to focus on what truly matters.
You know, I love this quote from Peter Drucker because it just perfectly sums up what the pick chart is all about. Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. The chart makes you step back and make sure you're not just being busy, but that you're busy with the right things, the ones that are going to move the needle. So, I'll leave you with a final question. Now that you have this tool in your back pocket, I want you to take a really hard look at your current projects. Which low-value, high-effort resource drain is your team going to be brave enough to kill first? Here's my challenge to you. Try using a pick chart in your very next team meeting. Just see what happens and the clarity it can bring. And of course, if you want to master more tools like this, come visit us at sixsigmadsi.com. We've got courses that can help your team reach its goals. Thanks so much for watching.